Do you have an NFT collection and you would like to airdrop ERC20 tokens to all your NFT holders? This video is for you. In this video, we are going to build a very straightforward airdrop server. And this airdrop server is going to issue, or is going to trigger, a call to a smart contract that will issue ERC20 tokens to a list of NFT holders, okay? So when I say a list of NFT holders, I am referring to the NFT smart contract. We are going to call the NFT smart contract. We're gonna get the list of wallets holding NFTs. We're going to use that wallet and we're going to import that into the airdrop contract, and the airdrop contract will airdrop ERC20 tokens. It's very straightforward approach. However, the development, it's not. Okay, it takes a little bit of creativity and dedication, and I'm going to show you how can we go from zero to hero in deploying our own airdrop server for ERC20 tokens. Okay, so what we need to understand first, this is the scenario. We got an NFT smart contract. Let's say the NFT smart contract has sold 1,000 NFTs. Okay, each NFT, it's currently in the buyer's wallet. So we know that each NFT has been transferred to the buyer wallet. So we are going to grab that address, right? We are grabbing the buyer's address by making a call to the NFT smart contract, right? So we got the NFT smart contract. We're going to make a call to get the wallet address. But it's not as simple as just calling the smart contract and the smart contract will give us the wallet. No, we first have to get the total amount of NFTs minted. That it basically will give us the token IDs for each NFT, and then we can query who's the wallet or who's the owner of a particular token ID. Once we get that, then we can go ahead and say the following. Okay, now we got that, we need to store the entire list of wallets holding token IDs from a particular NFT collection, okay? And we have to send that to the airdrop contract. We got the NFT collection smart contract. We got the airdrop smart contract. You know, from this particular NFT smart contract, I am going to query using my airdrop server. I'm going to retrieve all the wallets of those owners. You know, the owners that are holding the NFTs. And from this smart contract, we are going to send that information. We are going to retrieve that information from my airdrop server. So the airdrop server is going to talk to my NFT collection smart contract. It's going to tell, give me the tokens, the total amount of tokens. Once I get that information, I am going to say, hey, now give me the owners, or give me the owner of each token ID. I get that information, that I will build an array of addresses that is going to be populated in their airdrop smart contract. There is a function in the airdrop smart contract that says address. Here we go. Here's my array of wallets and the amount that I'm going to be transferring that to the holder, right? I also need to specify how many ERC20 tokens are we intending to airdrop to that particular holder, right? And what the airdrop smart contract is going to do is going to call the ERC20 token smart contract, the actual token smart contract, and it's going to say, hey, by the way, this is the list of wallets that I need you to mint and send the tokens to. And that's what we're configuring. We're actually telling, hey, I got this array of addresses. Let's say we have a single NFT per holder and we have a total supply of 1,000. That means that we have 1,000 wallets. You don't want to do a transaction per wallet holder because we're talking 1,000 transactions, and that's not cost effective, right? So we want to make sure that we do the entire airdrop in a single call. So for that, we have to do some array magic. And also we have to build the server to issue the tokens in a period of time. Let's say we want to give 10 tokens airdrop to each wallet that is holding NFTs. And we want to do that every month. So we build the airdrop server. We specify an interval in the code, and this will be built with Next.js. This is our first deployment using Next.js. We're not using React.js, we're using Next.js, which is basically an improved version of React. Next.js is on another level and definitely makes a lot of the configuration more simplified. Still, you still have to get your developer skills and make it happen, but it gives me more flexibility, right? We are also starting to work with Hardhat. And I will be doing a video just to cover Hardhat because there's so much into Hardhat. So bear with me. In this video, I am going to deploy Hardhat. It's literally to allow us to act as a user, calling the airdrop contract and issuing the function, right? But I'm going to discuss Hardhat on a separate video because it literally takes that much time. Hardhat, it's the way to test smart contracts and make sure that everything is working correctly. We're going to be working on that, but then Hardhat, I want to dedicate a full-blown video. I am going to show you how to do the whole process and get this airdrop server up and running and minting the smart contracts and issuing those token rewards so you can see the whole magic, and then you can also practice and do it yourself. But then on another video, we need to cover Hardhat. And the reason why we need to cover Hardhat is because we got to go hardcore with Hardhat in the NFT marketplace. So you need to understand Hardhat before we move into the NFT marketplace. So that will be the next video. We need to cover Hardhat, okay? So let me go ahead, let me jump right in, and we are going to make this airdrop server a reality. Let's make it happen. Okay, so let's go ahead and continue. The first thing that we are going to be working with is the ERC20 token smart contract. So what we want to do, we want to build an ERC20 token smart contract that is going to issue those airdrop tokens to our NFT holders, okay? We can use existing smart contracts, or at least if you intend to deploy an airdrop solution and you already have an ERC20 token, this might not work for you because we need to have a particular function to accept an array of addresses to execute that one-time transaction to X amount of addresses. No matter how many addresses do we add on that array, we can do an airdrop, meaning that from one single transaction, I can literally scatter the token drops or the deposits across thousands of wallets, okay? So with that said, all I have to do, this is the ERC20 token smart contract. I have another video that I covered this more in detail. I am going to leave the video or the link to that video in my description, okay? Awesome. So we basically import the ownable, which allows me to execute functions only from called from the owner wallet. The only difference here is that we are setting a mapping. Basically, that's a way for me to set an array, so then I can update this object right here with the smart contract address of the contract that I want to allow to perform the mint functions. The beauty of this contract is that any user cannot just mint. It has to come from another contract. So another smart contract will send the request to the smart contract to mint. An end user cannot do that, and that brings a lot of security because now only another smart contract that I specify in this mapping will be allowed to go ahead and mint, okay? Awesome. So I built the constructor. I have Ent2D plus, that's the name of the token. This is the token symbol. If I want to set supply, I can do it right here. For this demonstration, I'm not gonna go towards that. And then I got normal mint, but the only difference is that only controllers can mint, meaning that I am expecting whoever sent that request, it's the address of the smart contract, not any other address, okay? This is where the fun part comes. This is the function that I want you to pay attention. So I created this smart contract function, right? I'm gonna label it right here. So this function, I label it mint airdrop. basically what it's expecting. It's expecting call data holder. I created an array that is empty, which means that it can grow exponentially. And I call that holder because that's I'm going to be referring to this particular object. And then I set an amount. The amount will be the amount of ERC20 tokens that I'm intending to airdrop to the list of wallets, okay? Wallets that are holding NFTs from a particular collection, okay? And it's obviously external because I am expecting, okay? I am expecting to be executed from another contract. That's why we are calling this to be external, okay? Now, I will be doing the following. Of course, I gotta make sure that only the controllers can mint or call this particular smart contract. So what I do, I require that the message or the sender that is executing this function is part of the controller's array. And this is how we're mapping that controller array, okay? Next, what we want to do a for loop. Why we want to do a for loop? I want to say I equals 0. It's less than the amount of wallets, okay? Now I plus plus. What it's basically doing? It's basically saying, hey, I want you to read every single data from this, right? If we have 100 wallets in this array, I want to grab each wallet independently, and the way we do it is we configure I as the unit, right? So I will be 0, but then if we have 100 wallets, it's gonna be obviously less than the amount of holders that we're intending to send the request to, or the airdrop to, right? And then what we're going to do is gonna keep increasing the number. So basically that's how I will be able to send the request to each independent wallet. Because if we don't do this, the only wallet that's going to receive the tokens is going to be the last one, because it's just going to go over the entire array and it's not going to issue the same to each one. You see where I'm going? If we are intending to send 10 tokens to 100 wallets, I have to make sure that I send 10 tokens to wallet 1, 10 tokens to wallet 2, 10 tokens to wallet 3, and so on until we get all the way to 100. That is why we're doing this. We're doing this because I need to tell the smart contract, you got 100 wallet addresses. So make sure that I is one wallet. You see where I'm going? Once I get each wallet stored in I can then say 10 ETH to I, 10 ETH to I, or 10 tokens to I, 10 tokens to I, 10 tokens to I. You see where I'm going? That's how we can send in a single transaction to multiple wallets, because I am sending the entire array to the blockchain, but I want to send 10 tokens, 10 tokens, 10 tokens, 10 tokens. I hope you get it. Okay, now that you have that, I want you to mint holder I. What did I just told you? I is each individual wallet inside the holder array. So inside this entire array, we can have one wallet address, comma, another wallet address, another wallet address. I want you to go over each individual one, right? And then you wanna send 10 to I. So I plus 1, 1, 1 plus 2, 2. You see where I'm going? 2 plus 1, 3, and so forth. So we will get wallet 1, here's 10 tokens. Wallet 2, here's 10 tokens. Wallet 3, here's 10 tokens, and so forth. And obviously the amount, it's the ERC20 token amount, okay? And the other options, I'm just gonna leave them by default. I'm not gonna cover them. I'm gonna let you watch the video that shows that, okay? So I'm gonna close this right here. Cool, so I got a burn from, so let's say if you wanna burn, you can go ahead and burn, but only it's invoked by the controller, okay? And add and remove the controller. Awesome, so we're done with the ERC20 token smart contract, and this is basically the magic. We need to code this, and you just saw the functionality, how it works. Cool. Now I am going to code another smart contract. This smart contract, it's the airdrop smart contract. It is the smart contract that is going to send the request to the ERC20 token smart contract, okay? Because why? You might say, well, why I don't just send the wallet address straight to the ERC20 token and not deal with another smart contract. Sure, you can do that. I'm not saying you cannot. You can. However, with an extra layer of security, we got an airdrop smart contract, right? That I could, let's say I want to finish the token rewards, right? So I want to finish airdropping. I want to stop the airdrop. If I want to do that, obviously I can go ahead and do not run the server. However, the function will be alive still in the smart contract. From a security standpoint, I can somehow call the function straight from the contract. We don't want that. So what we want to do instead, we want to make sure that another contract is the only one that can do this. If we want to end the airdrop rewards, we destroy the other smart contract, but the tokens are still fine. We haven't touched the token smart contract, so we should be good to either continue transferring or whatnot. We want to end the airdrop, you destroy the other smart contract. You don't destroy the token smart contract, right? So that's the benefit. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to create a new file. Cool, and now I'm going to show you how the beauty of a contract works. It's very simple. So the first thing that I got to do, right, I'm going to obviously add the import dependencies. So this right here will be the name of the ERC20 token smart contract. I just have / and then the name because I was working on the local directory, but in GitHub, you will see my GitHub repo as the import location, right? So you have to import into the airdrop your ERC20 token smart contract, because when we mint the smart contract, we need to add the ERC20 token smart contract into the airdrop. So it knows to what smart contract are we going to work with, okay? Or are we sending the request to mint to, okay? And then you know the ownable, I'm owner of, only one particular account can go ahead and perform calls, okay? So let me go ahead and show you. It's a very, very simple smart contract, nothing too fancy. So this is literally the smart contract. So I literally labeled Airdrop NFT, that's the name. Ownable, yeah, because I want to set functions called by only the owner of the smart contract, no one else, okay? What I am going to do here, I am going to create a public var called airdrop. So the airdrop, it's literally saying I am going to store the amount of rewards that I am intending to push or airdrop. Right? In this case, the airdrop value will be 10 tokens. Okay, so we're sending 10 tokens. Now I am going to call the ERC20 token smart contract, right? And we are going to store that var into rewards. Why? Because I want to construct the smart contract. So when I deploy it, it will ask me first, you need to have the ERC20 token smart contract so that you can bind to this, okay? So what's gonna happen is this smart contract will already have embedded the address of the ERC20 token smart contract. So it knows how to send or where to send the request to mint, okay? And we will populate and provide that information to the smart contract. The only function that I'm going to have in this smart contract will be to issue airdrop ERC20 tokens. So I called this function issue airdrop ERC20. Now this address array, which is the same in the other smart contract, will be populated by our airdrop server, because the airdrop server is going to first query the NFT smart contract. It's going to ask, give me the total balance. Okay, I got the total balance. Now, give me, based on this total balance, I broke down every single digit. So let's say there's 100 tokens minted, there's 100 NFTs. Okay, so now I want you to count from 1 to 100 and separate those numbers. So each one is the token ID or it's the NFT ID. Now we have that. Okay, now give me who's the owner of token 1, who's the owner of token 2, who's the owner of token 3. Once we get all that, we build our array, and that's the holder. That's the holder array that we are going to send to this smart contract to say, hey, I got this bunch of addresses. I want you to send the request to mint to the ERC20 token smart contract. And that is how the magic happens, okay? So the mint airdrop, it's the function that I coded in the ERC20 token smart contract. So what is happening is my airdrop token smart contract is sending the request to where? the ERC20 token itself, the ERC20 token smart contract, because we're storing the address here. Okay, so when we build or deploy the airdrop smart contract, it's going to ask for that address for the ERC20 token. Now it has the address and all the functions that it needs called right here and rewards, right? Now we are going to invoke mint airdrop. The mint airdrop is the function that I created right here, which basically what it's going to do, this guy right here, the smart contract, is going to say, I got a list of NFT holders. You know, I want you to send a request to this ERC20 token smart contract, invoke the function mint airdrop, and guess what? Send the array over there, because that smart contract will know what to do with that. You see? And what I'm going to specify, the amount, because the function in the ERC20 token smart contract is also expecting the amount. It's expecting the list of wallets that we're intending to send the mint request to, and also it's expecting the amount of tokens. Okay, so that's what we're feeding. We're giving everything that the ERC20 token smart contract is requiring. Okay, so I coded this airdrop. This is the amount, 10 ether. Okay, this is an example. You can code this to whatever amount you want. Okay, so once it happens, the other smart contract, oh, guess what? This controller just sent me a request, which is the airdrop smart contract. Send me a request. This is, I got a list of addresses that he, gave me, and also the amount. Okay, let me go ahead. It's a controller. Yes, it is. Okay, now let me break down each address one by one and issue those 10 ERCs. This is how we do it. Okay, awesome. And it's a single call, because we're not going one by one on the function. We are going one by one on the array, but it's been called in one shot. I'm just combining the mint function 100 times into one call. Awesome. Okay, awesome. So let's go ahead. Oh, and last thing, I am only allowed to execute this ERC20 token smart contract function from only owner, meaning whoever deployed the smart contract, the wallet that was used to deploy the smart contract will be the wallet that is only allowed or authorized to execute this function. Okay, which, you know what's going to be the wallet? It's going to be the airdrop server, because we are using Hardhat to simulate that there's a user on that server performing the call. Because we have a wallet, we will import the private key onto the server, and the server will execute the function. So we don't have to. We don't have to touch the server. We just tell the server the interval. In a month, I want you to send that request. In a week, I want you to send that request. You decide how long you want, or how many intervals. How often do you want the tokens to be delivered? That's it. So let me show you a quick drawing so you can understand this very, very simple, just in case you didn't got it in the first try. Okay, so what I'm going to do right here, I'm going to say ERC20 token contract. Okay, so we got the first one. Now I got this is the token smart contract, and now we got the airdrop smart contract, right? So this will be the airdrop server. Okay, this is cool. You're gonna love this, and you're gonna understand everything that's going on here. Cool deal. There we go. Awesome. Cool. Step one. Number one, airdrop server calls NFT smart contract. Okay. What do we need? Step two, need total supply. I need to know the total supply of the amount of NFTs that were minted from that smart contract, right? Once I get that, awesome. I will be creating an array. I am going to break down, let's say the supply information we got from the smart contract was 1,000, right? So that was the total supply we got. Now we are building an array, but breaking this into units. So we are going to build an array, right? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so forth, all the way until we get to 1,000. You got it? Oh, awesome. We got that. We got the total supply. We then broke down the total supply into units, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way to 1,000. And we got that stored in an array. Now we're going to get that array, and we're going to do the following. We are going to call again the smart contract, right? Airdrop once again. Now I need that. Now that I have that array, I want to get the owner of what? Of the ID in the array. What's the ID in array? Come on, you know what the ID is. The first one, number 1. Awesome. I got number 1. Got wallet for ID 1, or in this case, token 1. Then again, got wallet for token 2. Until we get to 1,000. Okay? We got that. You see where I'm going. This is the second call. Until I got all the way to 1,000, I will now have a wallet array. That's the wallet I need, or the wallet array that I need to send the airdrop contract payment, the ERC20 tokens. So now that I have an array, now the array that I built by calling owner of for each ID here, right? For each ID, I called the smart contract again and got the wallet address that is holding this token, this token, this token, this token, this token. Okay? Now that I have that, I have a wallet address. Like say, you know, I'm just making something. You see what I'm going. Now I have the same array, but instead of numbers, I got the wallets holding the tokens. You see where I'm going, okay? Until we get to 1,000 wallets. Now that I got all the information, let's run the show. So what I'm going to do, I am going to say from the airdrop server already has that array. Airdrop server will do call to the smart contract. What it's going to issue to that smart contract, it's going to send a request to where? It's going to send a request to issue airdrop ERC20. Okay, so that request will land right here. It's going to land right here. It's sending that request, lands on the airdrop contract. What is going to receive? The airdrop contract will receive the holders in that array. Once it gets that holder, what is the airdrop contract will do? It's going to send the request to the ERC20 token smart contract saying, hey, send the following. Send 10 tokens because we have the airdrop amount right here. So we send the array and we also send the token amount. So in this case was 10 tokens, right? We populated this from the airdrop contract. We sent the array of addresses obtained from those calls to the ERC20 token smart contract. Then the ERC20 token smart contract, what it's going to do? Simple. It's just going to start spreading love. It's literally going to start sending the tokens to the wallets. Okay, so that literally it's all that's happening in the back end. We are going to mint the first one. So I am going to create a new workspace. I'll delete all this, delete this, and we're going to say airdrop sold. Okay, gonna head to GitHub and we are going under the repos and airdrop server, and we are going to get the airdrop ERC20 smart contract. Go ahead and copy the whole thing. Let's go to Remix. Let me go ahead and paste. Let me go ahead and compile. Make sure that everything looks amazing. Cool. And I am going to select a wallet that I got right here. Cool. Okay, awesome. And this will be the wallet that I will be using to deploy the smart contract. This will be the owner of the smart contracts. Okay. Awesome. So now I compile successfully, all good. Now let me go ahead and deploy. So I'm gonna select the injected Web3. Now that's my wallet, awesome. First smart contract that I have to deploy will be the N2D+. This is the token smart contract. We have to deploy this first. We need to import the address, or we need to add the address to the airdrop smart contract before we deploy it. It's gonna be required, okay? So we have to deploy first the token smart contract, then we deploy the airdrop. Let's go ahead and deploy. Sweet, deployed. And next we are going to deploy the airdrop smart contract. Now it's asking us for the token smart contract, which has been deployed. Awesome. We're gonna copy, we're gonna paste right here. We got the address, paste it right here. Now we deploy the airdrop. Let's wait for the confirmation. Boom. Let's wait for that. We got the two contracts. Cool. We got the airdrop smart contract right here. Hopefully now you can see it right here. Okay, so we got the two smart contracts. We got the N2D+ and we got the airdrop smart contract. Now I need to tell the N2D+, hey, this smart contract is a controller, so it will be allowed to mint those ERC20 tokens. It's going to be allowed to send a request to mint. So we're going to add that controller. It's going to ask to confirm. We are going to confirm. Boom, we are done with that. Okay, next thing that we have to do, we need to copy the N2D+. As a matter of fact, I'm going to open a quick notepad and we are going to do the following. We are going to copy those smart contract addresses. So the token smart contract, there you go, token smart contract. What's the address? Let's see. Copy right here. That's the address for that smart contract. Then we got the airdrop smart contract, and let's grab the address, copy airdrop smart contract right here. Awesome. And finally, we need to know what NFT collection smart contract will be querying from. I already got my NFT collection. We just need to have the NFT collection smart contract because we need to do that get token IDs and then get the wallets and all that. So you need to make sure that you got your token address, okay? The NFT collection smart contract. I already got one. I'm gonna use that one as an example, okay? Let me do the following. What I'm gonna do, I am going to create a new file, and this file is the ABI for the airdrop smart contract, because we need the ABI so then we can interact with the functions in our Next.js airdrop server. Okay, so we are going to type JSON and we are gonna go back to Remix. Okay, so we are going back into the compile section, and then we gotta make sure that we select the airdrop NFT smart contract. We will copy the ABI right here. Now we are going onto Visual Studio Code and we are calling this the airdrop ABI. Let's just label it airdrop ABI. Now it's safe airdrop ABI.json. We need that in the Next.js server. Okay. Now we need to start working on the Next.js application. Next.js is very similar to React.js. It's a web front-end framework that we can use to develop the application, okay? We are going to follow the same procedure as we do with React, okay? We have to invoke npm, and we will create the application and so forth. So in this case, we just invoke npx, create next app, and the name of the app, okay? Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, I am going to type npx create next app. The name of the app will be airdrop SRV, like server. Okay, and you can see that npm will just start installing all dependencies. Okay, so let's wait for that. Perfect. So we got the server. I just lowered the font, it was too big. Awesome. Next thing that we have to install hardhat. So we're gonna invoke npai hardhat. Oops, nope, not here. That's the root. So we gotta first go to cd airdrop srv. Okay, now we got the dependencies for Next.js there. Now we are invoking npm hardhat. Sweet. Now we are going to say npx, not npm, npx hard hat. So what we're doing, we're building an hard hat environment, and we are going to cover this on a separate video. A lot to be done here, okay? But I'm just gonna go over it real quick. It's asking me project root directory, and it's the airdrop server. Git ignore, yes. Oh yeah, forgot, I gotta delete this README. Let me go ahead and do that. Airdrop server folder, airdrop SRV. We're gonna delete this. We try it again, up arrow. Basic project, airdrop, git. There we go. Now it's already giving me that I have to install all this. So I have to install all these dependencies, okay? So let me go ahead and do that. I am going to grab this right here, and then all the way here, okay? Let me copy all this. Let me go ahead and paste, and let me press enter. What I'm going to do, I am going to install all the dependencies. We are using Ethers. We're not using Web3. So Ethers is another framework to interact with an Ethereum-based blockchain. We are covering hard hat and Ethers on a separate video, just to dedicate to that, okay? Let's wait for that until it's done. Cool, awesome. All right, so if everything is good to go, I should be able to type npm run dev, and the server should start running. And there you go, we got a server started. If we go onto our browser, let me look and see localhost 3000. Sure enough, we got the server up and running, okay? We are changing this entire thing. All right, cool. So we got open our Visual Studio Code. I'm gonna be running on the same server. And the first thing that we have to do, we got the working files, or in this case, the front end file. In this case, it's pages, so you expand pages, and then you go under index, okay? We have to work with hard hat. So with hard hat, by default, it's just going to have the information. This is where we can use the wallet, a particular wallet, to perform the ERC20 calls, okay? I'm going to discuss this entire thing on a separate video. So index.js is what you saw when we opened that site. When we opened that Next.js site, we saw index. So we are going to redo this whole thing, okay? So let's go to pages. I imported the ABI. So I got the airdrop ABI imported. You remember when we exported the ABI from Remix and save it to the file? That is where this file comes into place, okay? Next, we got the NFT JSON, and that is your token smart contract, or the NFT Collection smart contract JSON file, okay? Get your contract, paste the contract, compile the contract, and get the ABI. Another way is going through Etherscan and doing it. I have other videos. If you see my videos, I do that quite often, okay? So just go ahead and watch that, okay? So we got the ABI. Now let me show you what index looks like. We are doing the following. We are enabling useState and useEffect, which are React hooks. So then we can have that interval set. So we want to run the server a certain times, either a month, every week, once a week, whichever you decide. Now that I imported useState and useEffect, I can use those hooks to set a trigger to perform the functions, or to perform the airdrop function, okay? So let me go ahead and continue. Import NFT from NFT JSON. That will be the ABI for the NFT smart contract, okay? So you have to obtain that, then you create that file, and you make sure that you add that under the pages folder when you create your Next.js application, okay? Because it's looking literally for the root directory. We are going to create another object called airdrop from airdrop ABI, okay? So we are grabbing that JSON file, that's the ABI, and then calling it airdrop so that we can call once we do the Web3 connection, okay? The next thing that we need to do an import of Ethers from Ethers. Ethers will be the Web3 connection library, or the framework that we will use to interact with the blockchain, with the smart contracts, okay? We will discuss Ethers in a completely separate video. We got to retrieve the private key from the wallet that was used to deploy the smart contract. So the wallet that I used to deploy the smart contract, I have to retrieve the private key because we need to make the server the user that is going to interact with the smart contract. It's the only user that can hit this function, which is issue the airdrops. Okay, so the only owner, which means whoever minted this smart contract, it's the only wallet that is allowed to interact with this function. Okay, so how do we do that? We go into MetaMask, right? And this is the wallet that I'm using, right? This will be the owner wallet. I am going to click right here on the three dots. We're gonna go to account details and we will click export private key. By the way, this account literally is a test account. You will see the private key. I will not be storing any funds there. So export private key, and it's going to ask me for my MetaMask wallet password. Just have it right there. And sure enough, this is the private key. We are going to copy this private key entirely. Okay. We are going to head to Next.js, to our server, and we are going to create, by the way, I will be doing this in clear text, but ideally you want to have a secret phrase. So then this is not clear text, but again, we're discussing ethers in another video. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to import that address, right? And we are going to create a var and store it in a var. Okay. So the private key of the wallet will be stored in this var called ETH private key. And now what we want to do, we want to go ahead and get that private key. Okay. Awesome. Now we want to add the NFT smart contract address to a var. So we were creating another var called NFT contract, and this is the smart contract address for the NFT collection that we are going to use to check the wallet holders and all that. Okay. And finally, we are going to create another var called airdrop, and this will store the smart contract address. And remember, there was a reason why we copied all this, because we need this to interact with Next.js. Okay, so now we got the airdrop smart contract address. Okay, finally, we will create a null var that we will use to build the array with the wallet addresses. Okay, and you will understand this shortly. Okay, export default functions. So we are building a new function right here. I'm going to explain to you what this does. Okay, so we are building this function called home. We are creating use state. If you watch the last video that we work with the staking, that is the Web3 staking, the last video, part 7, I go into details into use state. Watch it if you are not familiar with this. Okay, I want to make sure that the video is not too long because we have a lot to cover. Okay, but now with use effect, however, I will be telling, hey, I want to set an interval to run this particular function, which we will configure shortly. And I want you to run this in X amount of time. So in this case, I want to run this every 60,000 milliseconds, which it's the equivalent to 1 minute. So every 1 minute, I want to run this. Obviously, when you issue reward tokens, you're not going to be issuing every 1 minute. But for demonstration, so that you can see it, real quick when it does the transfer, I'm doing it this way. But in the, ideally, you want to place this with the interval. Let's say once a week, then you have to figure out, change this to either once a week or equivalent in milliseconds, which is going to be a very long number. But you get the idea. This will be the interval in which you want to go ahead and issue the tokens. And we are set with that. Now we will go ahead and paste literally the server. I'm going to paste the server. I'm going to explain what that does. Bear with me. Okay. So we open that function. Remember in the use effect, I got send airdrop. Now we're creating the function. Send airdrop. What it's going to do? First of all, I am going to store in a constant provider. Provider will import ethers. Ethers is like Web3. So then it knows which blockchain it needs to query. I deployed the contract in the Mumbai testnet. And by the way, make sure that you find an URL. I'm using this one, which works just fine for Mumbai, but I have problems using the default RPC for Mumbai. So make sure that you find any other. This one works perfectly fine, so you can use this one, okay? So we're telling ethers, hey, point to the right RPC address so then we can reach the blockchain and interact with the blockchain, okay? Next, this is cool. We are grabbing wallet, right? We're storing wallet in this. We are grabbing the private key, which is basically the wallet, and we are invoking this provider. So this provider will basically connect to this wallet. This wallet will interact with this particular provider. You see where I'm going? Okay. NFT contract. This is how we invoke the NFT smart contract. Remember, we got the smart contract address right here, and we point that to the ABI, and we're telling ethers, hey, I got the wallet that I need to use to interact with the smart contract. This is right here what is called the ethers signer. So in ethers, it's mandatory to specify who is going to sign the transaction. So basically what I'm telling you, hey, this is the wallet. You know, this is the wallet I'm going to be using. It's literally the wallet that was used to deploy the smart contract, okay? And now, basically what I'm going to do, I am going to tell Next.js, hey, I got this particular wallet, I got the NFT smart contract ABI, and I got this smart contract address. You got so far? I got to do now the same thing with the airdrop. I got to say ethers contract, now the airdrop contract address, the airdrop ABI. If we go back here, this is the ABI, which is pointing to the file that I got imported. And I got finally the wallet, okay? And I built two arrays. If you remember when I discussed this in the whiteboard session, this is the first array to get the supply. You know, basically all the tokens, IDs, broken down in an array. This is the first array. The second array is the wallet address. All the holders are holding NFTs in that collection. This is the wallet array. Awesome. Let me go back. And now what I'm going to do, I want to get supply, which is, hey, how many NFTs have been minted in the smart contract? By calling total supply in the NFT smart contract, we will be able to retrieve the amount, okay? When you test this, I'm going to provide all the files in GitHub. When you test this, all you have to do in reality is change this to be your NFT Collection smart contract address, and then change this to be the airdrop smart contract that you just minted, okay? And it's gonna work because, you know, as long as you got the files imported, this will work, okay? Awesome, so we got the supply. Let's say it was 1,000 tokens minted. Okay, we're going to store that into supply. Now we're going to grab supply and then build a for loop that will break down 1,000 NFTs into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we got the token IDs, okay? Once we get that, we will grab each ID and we will call the NFT smart contract once again to tell me, hey, for token ID 1, who's the owner? Give me the wallet. Then it goes again. It's a loop for each. For each, we're gonna make that call. Token 1, token 2, token 3, token 4, and we will get all those wallets imported into the array. Once we get all that value, we will build that array, which we build that empty right here, and then we fill it up with the values of every single wallet, okay? And finally, we convert this to be a string. We now have the wallet array. We are going to await. Basically what I ended up doing on the code is I want to hold for a couple of seconds until Next.js gets all the information that it needs, so then we can send the final request to mint the tokens and do the airdrop, okay? If I don't put a hold, like a, hey, await until you get all the information, what's gonna happen, it might run the first time with an error saying, no, I don't have any values, because it hasn't gotten time to finish up. And then you see the second time it tries to run based on the interval that we set, it runs just fine. So by doing this, then we're holding until you get the values that you need, then go ahead and proceed, okay? Then we're basically doing some formatting on the array, so then each wallet gets formatted properly. So then we send that request to the smart contract. There's no syntax errors and the process goes just fine. Then we format the wallets, okay? So we basically format the wallets with indentation and so forth after the comma, so everything gets sent without any issues, okay? Because it's expecting a certain format between wallet, wallet, comma, space, wallet, comma, space, and so forth, okay? And then I want to see the process real time. Then I set a console log so then I can watch and monitor as it's been executed, sending tokens to wallet. Then I will know if the Next.js server got all the wallet addresses. I will see the array of all the wallets, okay? Then I will go ahead and send the request. This is where I invoke issue airdrop ERC20. That is the function in the airdrop smart contract, which basically I am tying airdrop.issue. That's the name of the function. Airdrop is the smart contract itself. So we saw it right here. I got it configured right here. And now we're invoking that. We're sending it to receiver. Receiver will be the wallet array, okay? All the wallets. And if it goes successfully, then we will see transfer completed. And then what I'm going to do at the end, I want to hold for another minute until you go ahead and process again, because again, you don't want to do this for a minute because every minute you will be sending 10 tokens to every single wallet holder. But ideally, the only one that you need to change with the interval that you want, it's this one right here. Set the amount in milliseconds so then you know how often this will be triggered. So if it's once a week, then you make the amount here. You calculate the seconds and whatnot. It's going to be a very long number, or you can change this to be daily, or weekly or so forth. There's ways to go around and making this happen. Okay, and finally, once it's done, I want to know the progress, right? So airdrop is in progress, and I basically took advantage of the use effect and I added a counter. So every time that I got a token, a transfer performed for all the tokens, I would just get a counter of 1, 2, 3, 4, and so forth. Got it? Awesome. One thing that we have to do, and we're done, we have to test. Let's go ahead and test. So what we're gonna do, we are going to run npm run dev, okay? Press enter, and it's running. Now I'm gonna open a new tab and I'm going to get to my server, and sure enough, that's awesome. Okay, I'm gonna open my console, and while we await, I set it up for 1 minute interval. So what I'm gonna do, I want to see the tokens being deposited. And I believe I tested this, which is kind of cool. So let me go ahead and import tokens. Sure. Okay, yes. So I already have a test and it was working. That's good, but we should see this incrementing. It's kind of cool. Sweet. We got 20. There you go. There he goes. So that's one of the wallets. Let's see if we get some tokens. Whee! We got it. We got it. Okay, awesome. Beautiful. Beautiful. So all those wallets should be getting ERC20 tokens. There you go. Again, why we're getting 2, or instead of getting 10, we're getting 20 each interval, is because this wallet probably it's holding 2 NFTs. So if you have 2 NFTs, you got twice the reward. You got, 20 tokens instead of 10. Let me find another wallet. A lot of NFTs. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This one has like 6, I believe. And as a matter of fact, we can take a look here. It's kind of cool. Let me go here. And we are going to see this wallet address is the 56 ends in 50D. Okay. So this one must have 6 NFTs or something, I think. Let's see. Okay, 1 time 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it's 60 N2D tokens. Yep. Oh yeah, definitely. Awesome. Awesome. So yeah, every single wallet that you see here will get 10 tokens. But if you have a wallet that is holding multiple token IDs or multiple NFTs, that is gonna get the payout every time. Like, look at this wallet. This wallet is holding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8 times 10. Every time that there's a payout, they get 80 tokens. But again, you can see it right here. Like, this will increment again. Like, we got another transfer. It takes a little bit of time, and then off you go. There you go. Awesome. And that's it. We're done. We got it up and running, and it's working perfectly fine. So now that you saw the power of EthersJS and Hardhat, I need you to get ready, because we need to work with Hardhat and we need to work with EthersJS. On the next video, I am thinking of doing a video to cover Ethers and Hardhat. Then we will start moving towards the NFT marketplace. One thing that I've been getting a lot of comments and requests is to do a video of how can we launch our application once we have it up and running and our development server, okay? So once we are done with the application, we have it up and running, how do we bring it online on the internet? What options do we have? How can I grab the development server and put it out on the internet? So I'm going to do another video that will cover how can we bring the application online and live on the internet, okay? So there's multiple ways of going. You can go cloud-based, you can host it yourself, and I will give you the pros and cons of each one, okay? So on the next video, I am looking to do a how to deploy your Web3 application out on the internet. How can you make your application public-facing so people can access and use it, okay? All right. I hope you like this video, and if you do, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to it, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.